Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 320 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, we can see that the market across the globe are trying to frame up this hour. For me, it's a good news for the market. We are seeing that market across the globe after a bit stabilized at this hour of trade, following Tuesday volatility action that we saw investors trying to react and also wait to see the global manufacturing and service purchasing manager index to guide to know where the survey is going, coming from for Germany, from is that Germany and Europe, Europe, is that Germany come out to Europe, UK and US later today. We want to see all this data. This data also will give a clear direction as the Western central banks also meeting this week, also to give us a clear direction in terms of rate hike. And don't forget that even in Japan and also China has finally cut their rate this week on Monday. We saw it. It was unexpected, but they did a 10% cut. But Japan also seeing what will come out from this Western Central Bank meeting that compares like EU and US and others. But I tell you, this data will also guide what investors should be involved. It's a good news that the market is opening on a positive note right away, in most of the market across the globe. For me, it's a good one. And also here we are seeing that our market, we are seeing a profit-taking activity dominating a trade this hour in NGS, on NGS, sorry, this hour. But also, I believe that as we go into the date into trading for the afternoon around the closely with my teaching. But let's see. And I'm not surprised we're seeing slowing down on NGS after we're seeing 3 days bullish on that are supported by the buy interest in the in consumer goods, especially those that plan to match. We have Dangote Sugar and NASCOM and the Boa supporting the rally. But I believe that the news of the merger also supported Dangote Sugar despite the result of half year. But for that NASCOM, we have seen a better number. For all this arrangement of merger has also supported that those symbols or those counter. I believe that that is what we're seeing. But if you look at what is happening in Asia market also that open for me is a good one. The market has opened on a mistrend in Asia market. We're seeing more of a green than those in red, as Japan and Australia, manufacturing index or purchasing manager index stay in contraction as we speak. I'll tell you for almost a 6 straight more. We are seeing that Australia have posted a contracted purchasing manager index for almost, but this as a result of what is happening. We are seeing that economy also has or that zone also have kind of left their rate interest rate unchanged for the last their policy meeting. Even as also China tried to also kind of fix its currency with intervention just to make sure that they were trying to stimulate the economy and also provide liquidity to support the missed data that have been emanating from China, that's also sending a signal of deflation in that economy, and also that affecting also consumption for oil. I see that is why China, central bank and the government are trying to like stimulate demand in that environment, and also to kind of support them to the. That's why on Monday they cut what they call the interest rate by 10 basis points just to kind of provide liquidity, and this is what is happening in that environment as we speak. But also if you look at what is happening, in Europe also I see Europe opening on in the green, this at midday trading, midweek trading, which is also a good one for that environment. Even as they try to digest the early kind of fear they saw when yesterday we saw that S&P also downgraded some of the banks in US that shake US market and others on Tuesday. But this morning we're seeing most of this market in that western region coming up powerfully, and also all eyes on for me the release of data to show exactly what the quarterly earnings of the major tech company, what called the Viveda. Though have in first quarter, it projected that going to cover 50% growth in their Q2. For that, all eyes on that Niveda at this hour to see what result. These are what is shaping the market in that environment. Even in US, the same earnings also all eyes on that. But I believe that as the same flash of this P potential manager index from this zone, that will also give a clear. You can see that No, I see Russia saying that their economy is even doing better than that of Germany as we speak. Knowing that Germany is the major economy in that eurozone, but we are seeing also a kind of a progress in UK and others in that zone. But let's see what the global manager we are seeing for all these different domains to see how they are fair in this. But that also give an insight to what will be happening when the reading of this fresh August indicator will tell us what is happening, and that is why the meeting of the symposium of all these central banks and that also will help to see where the economy is going. If continue hike will also continue to contract these economies, that will be one no at the end of the day. That is why I believe that these are a guide. Let's all keep our eyes on this, because I believe that numbers that will come from these companies also will give insight in this environment to know what will happen before the end of Q3. I believe that this is why you as an investor that you must invest and look at what is happening, and also the outcome of eurozone consumer confidence data also support for this August will tell us also. But that is why all eyes will later to see what Germany is, because that is also the major economy in that zone. Anything that happen there has the way of trickling down to others, and that is why when Russia said that it's doing better than than Germany, people are surprised. No, you know why I said so. But I mean, let's see what will come up. Also, we're seeing that crude oil price edge has remained on the misdirection. It edged up earlier, but as to speak now, it also comes slightly around the 83.31 dollar per barrel as we speak now. This up and down in oil price is also one of the things that investors are looking. Because it edged already earlier to 84.18, but now it has come down to 83.81. You can see the up and down. Oil is price is also, and there's a lot of fear of what is happening also in this in the whole global economy at the same time, especially in China being a major importer of or consumer or user of this crude oil. Now the economy is shaking. It's already sending a kind of a bad signal to the global economy that the purchasing power of those in the environment is also not strong enough to continue to expand. That is why you are seeing fear here and there. But finally, before we look at the market generally, our market, let's look at what is happening, in US, because US market also are open in green. You can see that the three indicators in US market are really looking up. For me, it's a good one that we are seeing that the three indicators in US, the S&P, the Dow Jones, all of them are in green at this hour. It tells you that also investors are looking at how is information coming, especially as all eyes are really on this Nvidia I just mentioned earlier, because of the focus they gave in their first quarter result, that they are going to their Q2 will jump by 50%. That is why you see all eyes on that. And if it misses it, what will be the state of the company? That's why you see everyone is looking to that direction to find out exactly what is happening there. And when the results come, don't forget that we are seeing that any season is winding down, not only in US, nearly across all the market that has a financial that has a December as year end. We're seeing that the Q2 or half result, is currently winding down, and that is what also happening, in that, in domain. I believe that for me, let's just keep our finger crossed as we look forward to see these numbers coming from this company. That's why in US market this morning, with all this, despite that, we're seeing that US market is still in green, trying to shake out what happened yesterday, starting on a good note because of what the expectation from this company, and not coupled with that that the S&P was kind of most of the banks in that domain was also downgraded. They've taken it off and moving ahead on the expense of the result that is coming from Nvidia and also other company. As we speak now, US also trying to see what will be Fed decision also when they meet, with all the symposium that is coming, where I said earlier, as all these central banks are meeting to see how to work on the interest rate, because they have seen the impact of interest rate on the economy. And also don't forget that also the merger talk also in that environment is also in that market, it's also helping the market. Like I said, eager, investors or market players are eagerly waiting to see the result that will come from this Nvidia. That will also determine how. But on that, we're seeing that nearly all the indices there are looking up. Even the Fed also one of likely acceleration up, but I'll tell you, like acceleration of interest rate will determine after the meeting. And these are things also all eyes on to see if Fed will continue or EU, ECB will also continue, their rate hike. These are one thing. And also seeing also one of the real estate company in US, releasing a better than expected earnings. These are the things that just change the face of the market after seeing the action of the rating agency than even some banks in US. But this hour we're seeing a turnaround, at the market in that environment. That's why you as an investor you must look at or a trader how is the market reacting to all this information, and that is what will guide you to take information. All eyes on what on anticipated what the move from the central banks of the world to know exactly where they are going, and that is the state of what the matured market. But if you come back here to look at what is happening in our market, like I said yesterday, today is a major, that's why I say a change. Today, is a major day in the market. Why I say so? Today is another, primary market option for Tracy B, and we have the 90 days and 182, which we discussed yesterday. And today is the day to see if no rate is going to go up. Don't forget that yesterday we saw about almost a trillion naira was shared among the three tier of government, federal, state, and local government. And also there are some also maturity of bond, also liquidity that wants to be coming to the market. This excess liquidity is going to go in form of these are the things we're waiting to see. But already, like I said, we are seeing that the market is slowing down this morning in our NGS, because of what? Because of profit taking activities. Let's see if that will be sustained. But as we speak, we are seeing a mixed market on NSC right away, on NGS right away, and we are seeing that the market is slightly down by 39.15. It's almost 0.8, which was almost 0.1. But we can see that the index is still leading at 65,449.52. And if you look at the market breadth is slightly in green. We're seeing 13 gainers against 12 losers. You can see the state of the market. I believe that is why we are seeing that market is, for me, let's wait and see. But if you look at the top losers at this hour, we're seeing that mutual benefits is leading, followed by fertilizer. We're seeing an internal on that top losers, and also we're seeing the Transcorp Hotel and the GPSC. GPSC for me is an opportunity for those that understand how to invest. GPSC pulling is for you to accumulate that stock, knowing that what is happening in the industry, and also the expected entry dividend. This is a stock that I put now. You can see where we are seeing others in that industry. I see potential in that stock rebounding anywhere from now. Then also let's quickly look at also the top gainers, the top 5 gainers out of the the 13 I've mentioned earlier. We're seeing ABC Transport leading, followed by Transcorp. Transcorp is almost doing 490 kobo, heading to 5 naira. Also seeing Thermos Wax and Colville Business Solution and and Sunu Assurance. These are the top 5 gainers as we speak right away. But you can see that the activities in still those companies are into merger plan that we expect to see the scheme are still very, very strong, and this also supported the market. But I believe, like I just said, as we go and see how the market is going to finish at the end of the day. But for me, this market, this midday, for me, is a good one to see that market have been off Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, seeing this kind of little pullback in terms of profit taking. But that's why that the market is slightly a mixed trend right away. But I believe that the market is until market break out the last resistance level of 66,017.19. That's where we now see a new trend, but good that the market is also sustaining this above 65 basic point. For me, there's no cause for alarm as far as the market is still above that 65, and we can see here that the trend is still up. Market is marginally here. That's why you're not seeing more, because the market is almost around 0.08% down, which is marginally. We're not seeing much here, but you can see that markets are broken out the first resistance level of 65,358 as it closed at 65,488 yesterday. But this morning we are seeing the market is around 65,449. Marginally, let's wait and see. But see that we are seeing a green buy position in the market. There is no cause for alarm for us to panic at all. But if you look at the market in terms of volume, we're saying that Transcorp is dominating in volume, almost 128.4 million share traded so far. Also seen Universal Insurance following by just 8.5 million shares traded. You can see the UPA also around the 13 naira, no 78.80 kobo, although around the 8.1, and we're also seeing so Dangote Sugar also around the 4.6 million share trader. Okay, 6 point. Another one, Fidelity around 5 point. These are the most volume. The market is still very small, but we're already seeing increased volume in transport, and we're not surprised because you can see how the company is also working strong in terms of generating more electricity and also acquiring more electric center across the country. For me, it's a good one for transport so that you know what you are doing in that position. But right away, we want to look at how is the market doing, looking at our chart, because I believe that we expect to see funds entering the market. But that's why I said all eyes on this treasury bill today. The rate also determine where fund will flow. Like I don't tell you that circular flow of fund and interest rate determines where the flow. And when it comes to upper interest rate for the general market now, what is happening in the alternative investment window? We're already seeing that in equity, most of the stocks, because of their price are rallying upwards, most of them their yield are below 10, while some are still around that 10. But if you are seeing a yield that is more than those stock yield, in terms of the 364 days, easily around now as at the last option before today, it's around 9.8. Let's see what today will be like. What I discussed yesterday, I said we expect to see the range of this today's option to be within 9.8 what 9.8 to 10.8. Anything more than this also might also attract from living people taking profit to go into that environment, into the fixed income space, especially the 364 days. If it's above 10% or get it also. Last time I saw 12.15. If you get to that kind of yield again or rate today, you might see also form. Because I believe that as we are seeing slowdown in some of the first year bank because of continual notification of likely delay. We saw it yesterday that UBA the one that provide the latest update in terms of notifying the market. We have seen it from Stanbic, we have seen it for Access, we have seen it from Zenith Bank. This also slowing down, but I tell you, if you see any pullback in this banking stock, it's an opportunity for you to buy. And especially that if the FS gain also reflected in their payout and we see an improvement in their payout, that might change the price of the banks and also change the perception of the market. And I believe that the major smart money, which is institutional investors, are still waiting to see all these results before they start jumping back on the market. And also, we also expect to see the new ministers also in different sectors and also ministry to start to rolling out their plans, what they want to do, what they're putting on ground to make sure that they put Nigeria economy in the path of progress. If that is done, that will see the market. But as I speak now, the major result, the major factor that will market to feed on is what it will be the Q3 number. And this is the time for you to start looking at where to be before the Q3 number coming. Apart from those, looking forward to see the corporate action from the account from PZ, that of flour mill and the honeywell. But I think attention should now be focused on how the Q3 number is going to look like. And from what we have seen with the new policy that on industry that's already in red because of the policy, are they coming out between now end of third of quarter issue or know what to do? And those that have done well, is they going to continue in that direction? Means you know what to do. That is why you must understand what is happening within your environment, because such policy here is not happening in other climates. So what's happening in your environment is very, very important for you to know, and also know how to work, to know how to position your portfolio. The sectoral rotation we are saying is that you must know where you should be at this time, so that as we expect to see more results, or want to see Q3 number results as from October or at any moment from now. Today is already 23. That means we'll be crossing over to the last month of Q3. That means we'll be looking forward to see Q3 results are from October, and we start positioning. And then also, if these results that are delayed are likely to come are from first week or second week of September, or the last week of this August, I believe that before the end of August, the results from PZ and that of the flour mill and honeywell will hit the market. But for the banks, we might see them in the month of September. But all this will shape the market. But you that know what you are doing, it's time for you to position in those companies that you have seen their history in their Q1, Q2, and what is happening in the economy. If without going to support their price, you will know. Or I believe that also, as the government is looking the world of the equity market, this is the time for it to cross. Even as the capital market meeting is coming tomorrow, is how this how the country market will be very attractive for government to come and raise funds. I tell you, if people are making money in the market, that is where government bring any of their assets for people to buy in. It's when they buy. But if they are not making money, you won't be interested in what they are doing. But I believe that is what No, I expect that investors will be looking at how to position themselves in sectors and industries and companies that have kind of position themselves in terms of performance and consistency in their period, and also technically they are looking strong. This is where you should also be putting your money right away. Yes, yesterday we discussed about this chart. The market is still maintaining the descending triangle, which is that gives sign of whether continuation or what a reversal. But we are seeing that this morning a slowdown in terms of profit taking marginally here at this moment. For me, it's not a big deal. Let's see how it's going to close, because today is Wednesday. They still have 2 trading days for the week, and I believe that before today's close, we also know exactly what the market. But at this hour, we're seeing a marginal pullback or slowdown in terms of profit taking. We're seeing mixed sentiment, marginal change in terms of market breadth, 13 gainers and against 12 losers at this hour. Let's see how the market will finish today. But looking at the chart, I will tell you that we're seeing a chart that is positive. That once chart cross this level, I think I drew this line yesterday, but let me see so that for clarity purpose, you can see that this is the point now we're looking at now, which as at yesterday saw a slight uptrend there. You can see where the line is now. This is a resistance level. The next resistance level is the one up, which I said is a major resistance that all eyes are on this point. Once market able to break this resistance up, what is a breakout from here, we'll now see that the market is set to move higher again at this level. You can see that they can see the first one, somebody market has tested it, great before we close below it. Was able to cross this one and this one, that is to confirm a new trend for the market entirely. As I said, there's no cause for alarm. You can see that this is a sign of a market trying to find direction that concentrate at this level before trying to break out. Look at what the market is doing. The only thing that concern I have little here is that the volume in the market is no more. It seems that people are still waiting to see a clear direction, looking for a positive or favorable news or policy or signal for the journal. But I believe that if all hands put on deck, like I said yesterday, and address the issue of FS, we must start seeing inflow, but inflow will not come until we to resolve our. And also, don't forget, I said yesterday, the way the foreign investors are seeing us. Yes, S&P has upgraded us, which is good, but we want to see what. If you look at the write up or the revelation that came from JP Morgan, it tells you that foreign investors will be waiting to see the right direction we're going to take as a nation before that. Means the local players, PFAs that have supported the market are the ones going to support this market. And also those ones, they are long-term investors. That's why they want to see what the yield be in this environment that is not clear. The yield environment in the fixed income market is not clear. Bond has been in a bearish mode because of what inflation has also put the bond. But now, as all eyes on what on the treasury bill, once at the end of the today, we know what is the new rate for treasury bill. That will also determine what will happen from tomorrow, and also going into the month, as the month is coming to an end gradually. I believe that between now and end of the quarter, we'll see this oscillation. Like I said earlier at the beginning of the quarter, that this quarter was set to see oscillation, but already we are pushing some stocks. For those that also attended the master class, most of our stocks, about 3 of them are hitting target. Even as we speak now, some are almost getting the target. I believe that before the end of this August and early September, we'll meet that target, so that we also start trying to know for the last quarter of the year how to position. I feel that there's no cause for alarm, but rather don't be greedy. Once you're in profit, take your profit and move forward to the next direction. It's very, very important when it comes to investment. You can see what we've got discussed now, that you can look at the market, and this is the strong support level, which I always repeat. But I believe that the trend is not a bad one. Let's quickly call our indicators to help us look at some things that you will also become clearer to you that the market is sustaining a good momentum. I think the market money flow come as low as 40. Now we're seeing coming up gradually again. For me, it's a good sign that fund general market. But now, because of public taking activities, we must also see where it's going from here. That will also help us as a trader or investor to know exactly what to do. Let's look at what the T line is telling us now. T line, we look at our T line today. Yesterday, sorry for the internet, but I think we can see things easily now and clearer. As you speak now, if you look at your T line now on the chart, the T line is also market is above the T line, even when it's not marginally above the T line. And money flow are moved from as low as 40 below 50 to almost 71. But this hour you can see that it's slowing down because of the profit taking I just showed. You can see the red here on the volume, very small volume. You can see that it's just always flat now. It's flat, but if you look at your MACD is already also trading accelerating up to cross to become bullish here, which is you can see here that once the blue one cross this one, that is a good sign. For me, the market is still very much in order. There is no cause for alarm. You must look at your chart at any time. This chart will tell you exactly what to do as investor. You must know where the chart is going. It tells you about the momentum also in the market and the trend in the market, so that it will help you to know exactly what to do. One, as far as we're seeing that money flow is above 50 basic point, almost around 74% in this flat movement today. Let's watch and see how the market is going to close. But let's look at other time frame for the market. You look at look at the 1 hour chart time frame. Now, what is the market doing here? Because it's very important that we know all this. That once you know all this, it helps you. If you look at the chart now itself, on the, you can see that the market even in 1 hour, is still trading flat on the T line. Once it close down like that, will say that yes, but I see that new strength is coming to the market. Money flow is also above 50 here. Okay, 50 can see it here, and MACD is still bullish for 1 hour chart. For me, it's a good one. But let's quickly look at what is happening in 15 minutes chart, and that will now look at 5 minutes before we now go to see individual stock. If you look at also the 15 minutes chart, yes, we have seen sign of profit taking before now. You can see that it also come slightly below above the T line, flat on it. It has come below, it has crossed up again, but we're seeing money flow looking up around 33, strongly shot up, and also seeing also MACD also moving up also in that direction. We need to see more positive information and increase volume and buy interest to support this momentum. As far all eyes are still on this first year, despite the notification of delay, the market is still waiting, and for that, until this result come, we'll see this cautious trading and also up and down movement in terms of price. These are the things I know that will happen. Let's just keep our finger crossed and also look at this market with that eyes. Yes, quickly look at the other stocks in the market right away. Quickly, let's start from what is happening in Transcorp. We look at Transcorp, and also after Transcorp, we look at UBA again, because I think good volume. UBA will discuss. Let's look at Transcorp first. Because of our time, look at Transcorp. What is happening in Transcorp right away? We are seeing a momentum in that stock. How far will this momentum go? It's better we know it right away. Yes, this a 15-minute chart. Of 15-minute chart, we are seeing an uptrend on the stock. Yes, we are seeing a far distance between the T line, and which also is a signal for you to know what is happening. And for me, this is not a profit taking sign, but when it is far, you can see it's fine. But now you can see that it's still trending up, to form almost a double top here on a 15-minute chart. Let's keep our finger on the stock, and we're seeing more money entering the stock as she reviewed for us with the chart from ending, and we're seeing also bullish trend on the MACD, which is very on the 15-minute chart. For me, it's a good one for the stock. Let's look at 1 hour chart for Transcorp. On 1 hour chart, you can see that it's extending the candlestick, and this is what we call a positive sentiment we are seeing on this green candlestick. Yes, it might be shorter than this first one, but in 1 hour, the last 1 hour, we are seeing that it's maintaining a good momentum. It open around there. You can see how many hours have we had from market open from 10 to this way around almost like 3 hours. You can see that the way it started, you can see the world is still maintaining that. Then there also volume is also increasing in that direction. When you see volume increasing, and you see also positive sentiment, something is happening. We are seeing for like the volume speak a lot when it comes to equity investment, and that volume we are seeing in Transcorp. That's why I say let's look at it. And you can see that MACD is becoming a what stronger, in terms of bullish trend. You can see that it's accelerating now. This histogram we are seeing here is going up, and you can see also that MACD, this line almost coming down before it now pick up again to start going up. This tells you that there is positive momentum for the stock. If you look at a day chart for Transcorp, on a day chart, you can see that the stock is coming to what I said earlier when we were discussing. Well, this is a double top is forming now. A breakout of this top is almost at 5 naira now, and that 5 naira has been the recent peak. Once it break it out with the volume we are seeing, it probably this stock will break it out because it's almost around the 490, 490, 488. You can see it's above it. Once you break it out, I can see this is a stronger candle we are seeing this hour. And you can see that money flow is already reading at 78 in Transcorp. There's something in. For those that are in profit, nothing stop, because when you see a stock forming a double top like this, it's either you take profit and wait to see pull back. Why you take profit is that most time when company a stock or even in the market index get to where it form a double top, most time it pull back and gather momentum for it. But if it's a breakout confirm tomorrow, if you are in this stock, that's why at this point you take profit. When I think profit, you are not selling down the stock, you are taking profit toward. Once a breakout is confirmed, that means another trend, a breakout with a stronger volume, better than what we saw the previous day, and it continue that trend. That means a new trend, and also a new trend entirely have been confirmed, and that means a change of what momentum for the stock. But for me, it's a good one. Momentum is positive. You can see the way MACD is trending up stronger and stronger. It's accelerating. You can see the histogram is increasing. I think sharp and money flow is already leading at 78. For me, this is a good one for what for Transcorp. Keep your eyes on this one, but like I said, don't be greedy. Make profit of 30%, 35, 40. Take profit and watch and see a breakout. If you come in for a breakout, I believe that the Q3 number of this company will also change the face of the stock. That's why you need to know what to do now. If you are seeing a pullback, for you to buy more. If you are not there, for this that have made profit, you can take profit. But this is a very critical point. When you see this double top in any stock, any company you are trading, and technically it's a sign that you should watch. You can see it here and here. Let's just let's look at this stock. For me, you can take profit here and watch to see a breakout. Once you come on a breakout, you are good to go, and also you can buy back again, and also leave the one you have there to run with it. You can also buy back, but I tell you, the new strategy now is that it's average up than averaging down. A good trader knows that. That's why you must have strategy that you are trading. If you see a stock that break out with momentum, even though when you are taking profit, you can come back and buy high. Because at that time you are trading, you are averaging high, winning profit. Because the more it goes up, the more also you are making money. That is how to trade. Than accumulating, in a stock that's going down, averaging down. It's a good one, but not in most cases. People want to average, up. That is what better. Averaging down is when you have information. At the same time, what attracted you remain intact. But for me, when the market is trending up, that's where there's momentum. I say trend is your friend. You must follow that trend. You can see that this stock has remained above the T line, and that's just the momentum. You can see since above the line, you can see that the momentum has been increasing. Look at where it crossed the T line up. That's why when I say T line stop as your support level and resistance level, you can see that becoming a support level for the stock and not a resistance. That is, I can see that the momentum has remained in the up direction. You need to know all this so that it will help you when you're looking at your chart. You know exactly what to do. Now that this is a double top, you need to also know that you can take profit at this point and wait. Yes, because of our time, let's quickly look at one other stock. That also let's look at UBA. UBA for me is creating opportunity as far that all eyes are still on the result. Look at what is happening in UBA right away. UBA, look at what is happening in UBA. Yeah, UBA is on a day chart. You can see that it's slightly below the T line. I know for traders, when it's below the T line, you have to think twice because you want to confirm a breakout. But for those that are long-term investors, know that this company now has what is coming in terms of dividend, and if there's a kind of a change in their dividend policy for interim, that will be a plus. Or at the end of the day, if you're a long-term investor, know why you're entering. Like I said, you have to be very when you're averaging down. But for this kind of stocks, I know that there's no negative news. It just markets, forces that you put in the black down, market forces who are affecting the banking stock. So because of what the news of postponement of their results. But for me, any opportunity to come down, that is also for you to take advantage of it. Look at the 15-minute chart for UBA. 15-minute chart for UBA, you can see that you can see that it has been up now. You can see there. You can also come up here, but I believe that you can see the next chart, that like black line here, is still below the T line on what of 15-minute chart. But I see that the money flow is coming down, even below 10 for 15-minute chart. If you quickly look at what is happening in 1 hour chart for the stock, very very. On 1 hour chart, it's still below the T line, and you can see that money flow is flat around 41. You can still wait and see MACD is still not even not conclude the direction yet. But for me, because of the nature of the stock and well, I've been saying that you have to look the world first at this company, it's an opportunity for you to see what is happening here. Before we round up the class, let's look at what is happening in UCAP. UCAP, you want to see the position of UCAP right away so that as an investor you know exactly what to do in your position. I expect that UCAP being also part player of the capital market. UCAP on a 1 hour chart, see is slightly below the T line, but we are still money flow looking up marginally around 43. The boost and MACD is marginally flat here, even though it is bullish, but still very very small. These are the things we need to consider when we are looking at. Yes, I see that this company is not an entry dividend paying company, but the performance of the company after seeing their Q3 number also determine where to go. You can also see that on a day chart, you can see that is really bearish. You can see it here. You can see that the price is slightly also below the T line. and MACD is becoming a bearish here. You can see marginally, but money flow is still high around 70. That means people are still accumulating this stock. But I believe that there is still opportunity in this stock, because I can see also a descending what, a descending triangle on the stock. You know, if you can take this line here, because it's a good symbol that we see. You can take this from here, go from here. This is a strong resistance line around 15. But you can see that if you take this 15 line down here, take this line here, and get to this level, where I say it's a, that you know why we say it's there. See, look at where it's coming from here. Take it down here, up. That's the that I said they are forming what, descending because of, let's fill it here. See, here. See, that connected one here, 1 point here, and also another point here. It's also descending triangle. That either continuation up or down. Already you can see that it's down, but you can see that it's below the what, the triangle. But let's keep our fingers crossed on this top. On this note, I say thank you, and also see you tomorrow again. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.